Greetings, minions, survivalists, and fellow gamers. This is Silverblade, playing 7 Days to Die, Alpha 16. And this is episode number 7, I think. Yep. See it, numbers. Anywho, last episode we spent the dark punching grass and not kicking much ass. So in this episode, we're just going to start getting things framed up for the base. I'm going to have to do some tree chopping and some resource gathering, but that'll be relatively minimal, but important nonetheless. What am I coming over here for? Ah yes, bacon and eggs. Gotta eat, gotta heal. So wait for the health hamster here, as Midnight Designer calls it. Wait for that to disappear and we'll eat another one. So take a few seconds here. And there we go. It should top us off. Indeed. Alright, so what do we gotta do? We got work to do. That's what we gotta do. So we'll clear out some of these trees and, you know, the brush, and probably get some more stone out of here. Then we can just start making wood frames like crazy and try to get things really rocking here, because it's day 3 and I want to make sure that I have something relatively secure for day 7. And that's the thing about this game is, you know, you may think you have time, but trust me, you do not have time. You gotta be planning for days ahead. Get all that stuff out of the way, and then you can do all the nice fun looting and finding the goodies to get you through the day, or the week, as it were. Alrighty, let's see. Look at these little bushes. Man, my eyes are bugging out already. I'm not used to being underneath fluorescent lights. When I worked at the comic book shop, when I could help it, I would turn some of the lights off because they do give me headaches and they make my eyes kind of, you know, spaz out. And I usually don't have this light on unless I have to work on something, you know, I need the light for it. Like when I'm working on my computer, or you know, trying to fix little things and stuff like that. Most of the time I just use the lighting of the computer screen. And it doesn't help that I'm a vampire who rarely sees sunlight. Hell, to make matters worse, I would be an Irish vampire. Makes pale look glorious. Oops, that could have hurt if it was a previous version of the game. The soul-sucking ghost trees are no more. That's what I tell myself. Ready. Let's get the chrysanthemums. And just, yeah, we'll get the cotton here. boulders here, or rock piles, I guess you can call them, will definitely have to go. And the main reason that I want them gone is because zombies oftentimes get stuck behind these and just be digging at these forever, and it drives me freaking nuts to hear them beating on it. Phrasing. And I would rather be able just to snipe them than have them stuck behind there and dragging things on. Particularly on Horde nights, which... But, hey, you know, it's Horde night. It's showtime. You guys should have been ready. You should be in my face, making me wet my pants, or brown my pants, whatever the situation may be. Not farting around behind a boulder, like two kids with a cigarette behind the gym at school. I wouldn't know nothing about that. Actually, I would know something about that. Now, I haven't been paying too much attention to OBS over here. I can see two screens going at the same time, which is kind of trippy, but it's still trippy. But I haven't seen any visual artifacts like in the previous week's episodes, so I'm hoping. I am hoping that it's fixed. And just so you guys know, I don't really go through and rewatch each episode after I record it. It's like I record it, I edit in the intro, the outro, the title, the end title card thing, and then I kind of spot check to make sure the audio is synced up. But I don't go through and watch. Otherwise, I'd have to sit down and watch over 2.5 hours of me, which I can't even stand the sound of my own voice. Particularly in recordings, and I don't have time to sit there and proofread every single episode. But I do spot check, and you know, I saw the errors that you guys had pointed out to me last week, and hopefully I got it figured out. So you guys had said that when I'm crouched, it happens. And I'm looking over on OBS, because it might not show up in actual game. So if it was OBS at fault, it'll be on that and not that. So I'm looking around. Let me see if I can move around. It's kind of weird, because this has got like a 1/4 second delay compared to the actual game. Ha! Alright, that was kind of cool. But, enough of that. Alright, I need to make some wood frames. Don't know why I did that. Alright, so... Good. Now we got a bird nest marked out. And I am going to need a ton of wood. Because the initial build of the base is going to be all out of wood, which eventually I'm going to have to upgrade. Because I want it to be all reinforced concrete. And I'm getting a little lost here. Okay, there we are. I think looking at the OBS screen and playing it that way just kind of threw me off a little bit. It's like, wow, what the hell? And I'm getting the twitchy eye thing too. That's not, you know, twitch, right? needless to say, I'm gonna keep doing the web camera until everyone is done puking. Now, I'll keep doing the live face cam thing with the 7 Days to Die. I'm not gonna do it in the other games because I think it would be even more boring than watching me in this. And I tend to get super focused in those games in the sense of where I'm just like, you know, one expression, tunnel vision. Where this, you know, I'm a little more relaxed in it. Well, I can't say relaxed, but I'm a little more expressive in this game because things do strike me as funnier. And also, this game has jump scares. I mean, I do get a little shocked at certain things, like in Empyrean, rarely from time to time, but too much of a good thing, right? But I need to get used to having a camera on my face, because for most of my life, I've been behind a camera. There's not many family pictures of me in them. Oftentimes it's me taking the picture. That, and it's kind of a staple of being a YouTuber and or Twitch streamer. You know, to have your face on camera and people know what you look like and kind of associate it with, you know, the stuff that you do. Although there are people, and this is part of why I've taken so long to do a face cam, is there's certain people that have been doing vids like this for quite a long time, and you know, I mean years, and nobody knows what they look like. And it's kind of added a sense of mystery about them. I think the biggest YouTuber I could think of that nobody has seen their face is Cryotic. It's kind of part of the persona in a way that, oh well, nobody knows what he looks like, and I think in a way that's kind of a fun little thing. But you know, cat's already out of the bag. I'm not too worried about that myself. I thought about never showing my face and saving you guys from eruptions of stomach fluid, but I spent $70 on this camera. Might as well make some use out of it, right? Plus, it kind of opens some doors on some things that I can do. You know, in videos, not only just doing face camming for, you know, games like this, but having the green screen and all that, it does open up some doors. I think one thing that's really nice, I really like how Games for Kicks does its thumbnails. Now, I personally just take a thumbnail of what's in the actual video. I try to go to an interesting picture or whatever, and then use that as a thumbnail. For one, nobody can accuse me of clickbait that way. And, you know, it's just easier to do it that way. But what Games for Kicks does is hilarious and brilliant, and it, you know, it does take some talent to do. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to Games for Kicks' YouTube page and check out the thumbnails for things he's been doing for the last, what, 6 months or so. If you're too lazy to even go check, which I really think you ought to check out his page. He's freaking awesome. But he'll Photoshop his face onto a picture in relation to the title of what his video is. And his expressions are hilarious. But he does a great job with Photoshop. Now, I can do some things with Photoshop. I just wouldn't want to put my face up like that. He does a phenomenal job of it. It's not clickbait, but it adds a whole new level of character to his channel and the videos themselves. You know, it's his shtick, and he does it brilliantly. But it's something I could explore if I wanted to, and I wouldn't want to do it just to copy him or anything. But you know, there's things in a similar vein that can be done, and it's just kind of nice to have the availability of doing it. Whether I actually do it or not, it's a whole other kettle of fish. And you know, to be honest with you, I've been babbling on all this time, and I've kind of lost track of where I'm at. So 16 minutes in. Okay. How much wood we got? Okay, we got to get some more wood. I want to start tearing apart the base, or the camp, and start working on getting the base all set up. Now I'm going to have to dig some spots, because I want this to be perfectly level. Oh, I guess I won't have to tear out the blocks there. Sweet. Well, I am going to have to get rid of the campfire. Move to a different location. Now that I think about it. Shovel, shovel. Alright, so we've got a floor. Or getting a floor, rather. And it's automatically leveling the ground for us, which is nice if you get OCD. I'm watching it on OBS, which is weird with a slight delay to it. But I'm not seeing any graphical tearing, so I think what I did in the settings kind of fixed it. Kinda. Alright, so we can start tearing this down. Probably ought to do it from the inside. And probably ought to do it without a block in my eyes. Let's see if I could do it without having any of these blocks fall. And just so you also know, I have my door open just so I can breathe. But that also means I have a higher chance of mosquitoes coming in and sucking my blood, of which I am not very thrilled with. So if they don't get swatted by me, you know that there's going to be some mosquitoes up here that are just hopped up high on caffeine, buzzing around like crazy. What do you know? I managed to do it without losing a single wood frame this time. Unlike what happened, where was that? Was that up there with the first camp? Alright, so I have to take the torch. That's going to end up getting taken down. Let's see. Let's get some food in us. some things just won't get packed in there right now. We need to take that out. Actually, there's an easier way of doing this. Well, it was easier until it made it more difficult than it had necessarily had to be. Let's see. I think that should be about right. Now, go higher. Okay, pushing structural limits right now. Let's see. There we go. So, it is a simple box, but there'll be more to it. Okay, I think I'm at the right height. Yeah, I took out the wrong block there. Oh well. Actually, I think they increased the load on these blocks so that it used to be like 6 would make it collapse, and now it's like what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 before it could collapse, and it hasn't collapsed. So that was a fat Carl, by the way. Max load 40, massive 8. Or massive 5. Dirt. So they did increase the structural strength of a wood frame. Interesting. That is very, very interesting. And great, actually, considering... Yeah, considering how weak they were before. I wish they were this strong back in the last alpha, because that would have made some things at my canyon base a little easier to deal with. Those you guys that follow me regularly and have followed me last season know exactly what I mean. Alright, so that... These mosquitoes getting at my legs. I can really do without that, you know? Alright. So I'm going to have to do something about that. I think this is the center block. Let's see. 3 that way. No, it's not. It'd be like this one, I think. Or not. Did I make this too big? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How did I make it 10 blocks long? So I went too long on these. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this way is fine. It's that way that isn't. Oh, bother. Not a problem. I mean, that's a problem, but it's not a problem. So I need it to be 9 by 9. At least I hadn't got things finalized, so to speak. That would have been a pain in the ass. Alright, so let's make sure my measurements on this is actually correct. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Excellent. So 9 by 9. And we'll just polish this off as much as we can with a chest we're going to have to relocate. Alright, so at first we're going to have to build a means of getting in from the top. After a while, once we, hopefully if we get the tools for it, we're going to do a subterranean entrance right through there, and you know, have it come out or go in and out from outside. But this is the basic main battle floor of the base. I'll probably have second floor will have the campfire, the forge or forges, and all the storage of gear and stuff will be up there. And then a third floor will be for something I'm not telling you until it happens. No, the third floor will have some gear that's relates to new features in the game, and it just makes more sense that it's on the top floor. Actually, to be more accurate, it'd be the roof. And I'm pretty sure the astute among you kind of understand where I'm going with it, if you know the features already. I'm gonna get some wah-wah. But, yeah. It's gonna be an interesting base. It's a simple base, but there's gonna be things relating to it that are more complicated than the building itself. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Alright, so at some point I'm going to have to, let's see, where was that center block? There. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. So that's the center. That means directly above is the center. And I'll have to put in a ladder. And I'll have to take out more than just that, I think. No, I think that should be fine. I'll figure something out on this. But, yeah, I'm going to have to start finishing it off by sealing, upgrading these blocks. I'm going to need to get more wood in order to do it. And once we get this basically framed in, finished off that way, we'll have something that we can fight from. And then we're just going to go looting. get the tools and stuff like we need to really get this thing going into high gear. So with that being said, yeah, I know we're at 30 minutes. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do check out the links in the description box below. And until next time, see you later. Twitch, Twitch.